Welcome back to the Union County Foundation podcast. Today we are going to talk all about scholarships. Jackie is our program officer, so she's the expert on scholarships, and she's going to tell you a little bit more about what we have to offer.
I don't know if I'm an expert, but I do know how we run them here at the foundation, and we have adult scholarships, regular scholarships for seniors in high school, and then we also have the Lilly scholarships. So our adult scholarships are for, you have to be 21 and older, and you've either needed to graduate from Union County High School or live in Union County to be eligible to apply for those. We have actually just this year was the first year we have done 2 cycles of this. The first round opened up in May, and then the second round opens up in October. So we're actually in the middle of our second cycle right now. So that's pretty simple on that, on the adult scholarships. We just felt like we should have it 2 times a year so they could have maybe a payment in their spring and then maybe a payment in their fall semesters. So we felt like that would have given more people a little bit more of a chance to take care of their finances for them a little bit. And then our regular high school scholarships are available in February. So the whole month of February you can apply. Our general scholarship application opens up in February. The deadline is the last day in February. So the entire month students can apply for this. And to be eligible, they have to be a graduate of Union County High School. Olivia, why don't you tell me what these scholarships cover?
So these are for any postgraduate expenses. So they can be for college or university. They can be used for a certification program if you're not going to college, but you are pursuing post-secondary education, room and board, books, if you need a laptop, anything like that, a scholarship can cover.
Yep. And we usually announce these at the high school awards ceremony, which happens in May. So that is when everyone will kind of know their status if they've been awarded or not of a scholarship. And I think last year we gave out close to 100,000 in scholarships. So I think we have around maybe 60 scholarship funds at the foundation. And a lot of them are range from maybe an award of $2,000 to $300. So they're kind of a wide range, and they all have different criteria that they like to cover. Some are for a student who would like to pursue a degree in the medical field, business related, education related. So there's honestly a scholarship for everyone. You don't have to be the top of your class to apply for a scholarship. We have scholarships that have a lower GPA level as a requirement. So like I said, there's a scholarship for everyone in these opportunities. So do you guys have any questions that the viewer might like to know?
How hard is it to apply?
Very easy. Our application is on our website. And you just go to our website under the scholarships tab. You can read a little bit about the criteria and if you're eligible, and then there should be a link there that you can click on that takes you to the online portal. You can just create an account, and I suggest that you use your personal email rather than maybe a school email that was given to you, because I will be communicating with that even after maybe you graduate, and that email could eventually go away. So, but the application requires a reference or 2. It requires an essay and basically your resume. So tell us anything that you've been involved in during school, your community service hours, if you worked a job, were involved in sports, anything like that. So you just tell us about yourself.
How are these scholarships decided upon? How do you decide who gets a scholarship?
Sure. So it kind of depends on the scholarship. Every scholarship has a different committee. Typically, we do have, it's kind of split actually. Half of our scholarships, they all have a certain committee for them, and then the other half has the same committee, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. So, and each scholarship has its own rubric or guidelines. A lot of these scholarships were put in place to honor a loved one, maybe in memory of someone, or so a lot of these scholarships kind of shadow or resemble the person who it's being in memory of. Mm-hmm. And so those characteristics are what those committee members look for in that application. So I just suggest, whatever that essay is that they're asking, that's your time to shine, is in those essays.
So if I receive a scholarship, how do I get the money?
You don't get the money. It goes right to the university. So after the award ceremony, if you received a scholarship from the foundation, you'll have a letter and a packet full of all the information. You'll get in touch with me. You'll let me know what university you plan to attend, your student ID number. I will need to know or get a copy of the letter of acceptance. And once I have all that, I'll send that money off to the university, and then they should apply it to probably your first semester there.
So if I'm selected to receive a scholarship, what do I need to do besides filling out like the information you need from my university? Do I need to thank the person who gave the scholarship, or what else is there to do?
Yep. So in your packet, there's really not a whole lot to do, but in your packet that you'll receive at the award ceremony night, it does tell you what scholarship you received and who the funders were, the donors of that fund. And we do recommend that you send them a thank you letter, because essentially they're the ones who have created that fund and are giving you that scholarship. So it is very important to recognize them and let them, your gratitude for that scholarship. So we do ask that. But other than that, not too much. We do have a couple scholarships that are renewable. So some are 2 years, some are 4 years. And honestly, there's the next year after, you don't have to do too much, but just get in contact with me. Let me know what university you're still going to. And that's basically it. I'll just keep sending the checks where they need to go. So not too much requirement.
Easy.
Yeah.
So the scholarship that most people are going to be aware of is the Lilly Endowment Scholarship. So it's probably also the most competitive one. So why don't you tell us about that scholarship?
Yep. So the Lilly Endowment Community Scholarship pays for a basically 4-year ride. They'll pay for, they will not pay for room and board, I guess I should say that, but they will pay for 4 years of college. And it opens up in August, the application. So if you are a junior this year, next summer, the summer leading into your senior year, you need to get ready for that and pay attention to our social media. Something will be in the newspaper. We will come and talk to you. But basically, the entire month of August is when you can apply. And then from there, we have a group of 5 committee members who take a look at all of those applications. They have about a month or 6 weeks to do so. They come together and then they look at the scores and establish our finalist. And sometimes our finalists range from maybe 5 candidates to 10 candidates. It just kind of depends on the year and how many applicants we had and where the scores land. And then once we figure out our finalists, we invite them to what we call a Lilly Shuffle. It's kind of like speed dating. It's really fun. It's just an opportunity for the applicants to meet the committee members, work out those jitters. We provide a meal. It's just very casual. And it's usually like a couple days before our interviews. And our interviews are the last scoring phase of our scholarship process. Those typically happen on a Saturday. Each applicant is invited in for, I think, 15, 20 minutes for an interview with our 5 committee members. And I always tell the applicants, you can't be prepared for the questions we're going to ask. It's just very, we just want to get to know you and your intentions for your future. So as long as you just are true to yourself, and that's why I tell the kids, be yourself and everything will be fine. So they don't ask really hard questions that you need to study for or anything like that. So, and then once the interviews are done, we combine the application score with the interview score, and then together those combined scores are kind of decides who our winner is. But we don't announce anything until December.
And the Lilly Scholarship is a merit-based award only, so there's not a financial need component. It is strictly based on who has, I would say, probably the strongest moral character and the most merit.
Yep. And your interview is a chance to shine a little bit on how you might give back to your community one day. That's very important to our committee members as well. So little hint for anyone who wants to apply. It's remember us after you get your degree and went off to college somewhere, the small community that gave you this opportunity. We like to know how you might give back or what you would do if you would return one day after, and those goals as well. So that's important to us and all the committee members.
And you mentioned that it doesn't cover room and board, but it is tuition. What about any books or technology? Does it cover anything like that?
So they actually receive every year $900 to go towards books. And Lily does ask that if you, I kind of forget the line above it, but if you don't spend all of it, you do have to return some. So it is something that the scholars have to track, but they do get up to $900 for books. So
That's awesome.
yeah, It is awesome. It's a really incredible opportunity.
All right. Thanks, Jackie. That was a lot of information. If you have any additional questions for Jackie, please reach out to her, and we will see you next time. Thanks so much.
Thanks.